listening to the Dr. No Show on WHIT Radio.org.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to WHIT Radio's MLM Show with our topics on different countries. I'm your host, Michelle, and with me is
Mia.
And our L, Lisette, is going to be joining us in a few minutes. But we have Mr. P in the back.
Hello, Michelle and Mia. I'm looking forward to this show on the countries of Italy and New Zealand, so let's go.
Okay, so going to introduce the topics that we have. We have New Zealand, Spain, and Italy. So it should be interesting. We're going to be also giving you some history, geography, landmarks, culture, and our favorite topic, food. Okay, so we're going to travel to Italy, and with Italy is Mia, who's going to give us a history and geography. Geography.
Hey guys, so I'm going to be letting you know about the country of Italy. Italy is slightly larger than Arizona, and it is a long peninsula shaped like a boot. It's surrounded on the west by the Tyrrhenian Sea and on the east by the Adriatic. It is bounded by France, Switzerland, Austria, and Slovenia to the north. The largest of Italy's main lakes is Garda, which is 143 square miles. Several islands actually form part of Italy. The largest are Sicily and Sardinia.
Ah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so my geography for New Zealand is that it's an island country located in the southwestern Pacific Ocean. The country geographically comprises two main land masses, that of the North and the South Islands, as well as numerous smaller islands. The New Zealand is situated some 900 miles east of Australia, across from the Tasman Sea, and roughly 600 miles south of the Pacific island nations of New Caledonia, Fiji, and Tonga. Because of its remoteness, it was one of the last lands to be settled by humans.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty interesting. So, history of what?
Yeah, I was going to start. History.
History of Italy.
Yeah.
Mia.
Around the 6th century, Lombards and Franks arrived from the north, and by the year 800, all of Italy, from Rome to Lombardy, was part of the Carolingian Empire. Meanwhile, in Rome, the church was strengthening, and for over 200 years, there was ruling struggles. By 1300, larger cities in northern Italy separated, and by 1400, the largest city-states, Genoa, Florence, Milan, and Venice, evolved as the most powerful. The Tuscan dialect became the region's official language during that time. In the early 1800s, there was a time of revolution as kings tried to restrict personal freedoms and farmers' livelihoods. Life for the poorer population was very difficult. Many protested, often violently, and armies fought back, which caused a series of events that were similar to the American Revolution 50 years earlier.
Wow.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
I know, I found that interesting.
That is pretty interesting. You know what? I actually want to visit, like, Milan and Venice. Actually, no, I just want to visit Italy, period. You know, have some pizza and some pasta at Rome.
Yeah.
That's fun. Have you ever been to Italy?
Yes, I have, and the pasta's great.
Is it?
And the food is great. And I've been to Venice, Rome, Florence, and everywhere you go in Italy, they have different cuisine, and they make the pizzas differently, and it's great. It's great.
Mr. P was showing me this video where it's weird the way they take pizza to go. They just wrap the pizza up in a napkin.
In a napkin?
Yeah,
it's like getting a hot dog.
Pizza. Yeah.
What?
I was like, what?
And they deliver it like that?
Yeah, they're like on the streets, and they have vendors, and they just say, pizza to go, and they fold up this big pizza, and they put it in a
And people eat it like that, too.
Yeah, people eat it
well,
like
it should
that.
be.
It's
it
crazy.
should taste better than a box.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. That's pretty cool, because one of my best friends is Italian, and he goes to Italy all the time, and he's like, I go there all the time, and it's boring. And I was like, well, do you go anywhere else than, like, Venice and Rome? He's like, no, then exactly.
Right.
Nah. Okay, so history of New Zealand, of actually 100 years passed before Europeans arrived. So in 1769, James Cook, the British explorer, and Jean-Francois-Marie de Survey, sorry for my French, I don't know how to speak French, but the commander of the French trading ship, both arrived by coincidence in New Zealand waters at the same time. Neither ship ever sights the other. So wars and conflicts between Maori, the indigenous people of New Zealand, tribes, were always constant, and weapons used until now were spears or clubs. The devastating period known as the intertribal musket wars commences. A number of Maori chiefs signed a treaty with the British on the 6th of February of 1840 to be known as the Treaty of Waitangi. Subsequent influx of European settlers leads to the turbulent periods of the New Zealand Wars, also known as the Land Wars, which lasted over 20 years.
Wars?
Yeah.
Lasting, oh my God.
Yeah,
Wow.
and New Zealand today is an independent nation within the British Commonwealth. The British monarch, although constitutional head of state, plays no active role in the administration of New Zealand's government. Yep.
Michelle, what drew you to New Zealand? Why did you find it a fascinating country?
Okay. It all started with these comedians their group is called Flight of the Conchords, and they're from New Zealand.
Oh, I know.
And I really like them, and they have really cool accents. But I never really knew anything about New Zealand. I heard it was like nice and it was cool, whatever. But so I just decided,
That's good. That's a good one to choose for the simple fact that no one really hears about it at all.
I know. I think of New Zealand and then I think of Australia because it's almost around like where in the globe where it is.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting.
Yep.
And I tried doing some accents yesterday in class. It didn't really work.
How do they talk?
I can't. It's like I don't know how to describe it. It's so. I need to get a video next time, like a
little clip.
little
of somebody
clip
talking.
of how they talk. Oh man.
It really. I mean, just showing some of the pictures here looks like a beautiful country.
It is. I heard it was really nice.
Yes,
And
yeah.
Sorry. And the interesting part is that there were indigenous people there before. I didn't
Yeah.
know that. So they're
I
like
forget their
indigenous and
names.
European.
Yeah, there's a name for them, and
The Maori people.
Maori, and they have tattoos on their face and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I saw a
They have
movie
bones in
with
their
them
nose.
a while. Yeah.
Really?
So I don't know
Oh.
if they use the bones in the nose, anymore, but
I didn't
they
think
definitely
you
have
heard
the,
me.
the tattoos. Are still
Wow, I'm the
there.
gullible one. Like, really?
All right, but my cousins went there and
Really?
they were amazed how beautiful
That's
it
cool.
is. Wow.
All right, let's start with some culture of Italy.
Yeah,
Okay.
I veered off from the like traditional Italian stuff like clothing and stuff, but I have Italian family values and the Italian style. I have the family in Italy is the center of the social structure and provides a stabilizing influence for its members. So family is very important over there. In the north, generally only the immediate family lives together, while in the south, the extended family often resides together in one house, like uncles, aunts, grandparents, cousins. The family provides both emotional and financial support to its members, so like they're very attached to one another. It's not like everyone's in their own little house.
Yeah.
Italian styles, appearances matter in Italy, especially in Milan and Venice. And the way you dress
Milan. Milan.
Milan. What did I say?
Mulan.
Like the
Milan, like the
Chinese
Disney thing.
Oh, the way you dress can indicate your social status, your family's background, and your education.
Whoa.
And first impressions are lasting impressions in Italy. So if your first impression is bad, it's hard to change it.
Yeah. Unless you like make them food.
And they live by this concept of bella figura, or good image. So yeah, that just shows you how important it is over there.
Wow. I was just reading over my culture, what I have to read for you guys now. It's so different to Italy, I think, because besides the fact that New Zealand was founded by indigenous people, it's just like, it's mind-blowing, you know? Okay, so I'm going to start. The Maori are the Tangata Wenua, the indigenous people of New Zealand. They came here more than 1,000 years ago from their mythical Polynesian homeland of Hawaii. Today, Maori make up 14% of our population, and their history, language, and tradition are central to New Zealand's identity. You're bound to hear Te Reo Maori, the Maori language, during your travels in New Zealand. There are few New Zealanders who do not recognize the common Maori terms and phrases. You'll probably pick up a few yourself. Start with kia ora, which is hello. That's weird.
Say it again.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Yeah, like KIA space ORA.
Well, that's not that hard.
No, but
It's weird.
it's strange.
Yeah.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
It sounds like,
Okay.
what time is it? Like in a really Spanglish
Kia ora.
accent. Kia ora. Okay, so Maori cultural performances, which include traditional singing, dancing, and haka, which is ancient war dances, are a wonderful way to experience our culture firsthand. In Rotorua, which is one of the landmarks I have, and indeed throughout the country, organizes tours, provide traditional Maori welcome onto a marae, which is a meeting area, where you can enjoy a cultural show followed by a hangai fest cooked in earth ovens. And like you said, Mr. P, the Maori visual arts like carving, weaving, and tattooing are also alive and well in New Zealand.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. So the precious adornments and traditional weapons are found in museums.
There was a film that the video teacher that we had before, Mr. Doyle, had, and it was about the Maori, and it was how they were trying to survive really in the modern society, and with the New Zealand, you know, with the people that have just come there in the cities. It was very interesting, really interesting movie. But maybe we'll talk about that a little bit more in future shows. But I enjoyed that.
That's cool. Landmarks.
Oh,
Yes.
my turn. I
Yes.
knew that. I have like 6.
Oh.
Okay, first is the Colosseum. Then there's the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Wow. Pisa. Mount Vesuvius, the Grand Canal, and Trevi Fountain. The Colosseum. The construction on the Colosseum began under Emperor Vespasian in 69 to 79 BC and was completed under his son in 80 AD. The Colosseum is Italy's most recognizable of Rome's classical buildings. It was the first permanent amphitheater to be raised in Rome and can accommodate 60,000 people seated as well as 10,000 people standing. There are 80 exits and entrances. The amphitheater was used for gladiator combats, mock sea battles, animal hunts, executions, reenactments of famous battles, and dramas based on classical mythology. Then there's the Leaning Tower of Pisa. The Leaning Tower of Pisa is a bell tower of the Cathedral in Pisa, a city in Italy. Construction of the oddly leaning tower was done 3 separate times over the course of 177 years. Then there's Mount Vesuvius. Mount Vesuvius is a composite volcano located in the Gulf of Naples, Italy. It is the only volcano on the European mainland to have erupted within the last 100 years, although it is not currently erupting. The 2 other major active volcanoes in Italy, Etna and Stromboli, are located on the islands of Sicily and Stromboli. Now, the Grand Canal is a canal in Venice, Italy. It forms one of the major water traffic corridors in the city. Public transport is provided by water buses and private water taxis, and many tourists explore the canal by gondola. Gondola, that's how you say it, right?
Gondola, right.
Okay, cool. The Trevi Fountain. The Trevi Fountain is a fountain in the Trevi district in Rome, Italy. Standing 85.3 feet high and 65.6 feet wide, it is the largest Baroque fountain in the city and one of the most famous fountains in the world.
Wow, that is big.
Yep.
Have you seen
Huge.
I believe I have, yes.
I mean, can you miss it?
You know, I was there about 25 years ago.
Oh.
So, you know.
Oh, you haven't been back?
I think I did see that Trevi Fountain.
Oh.
And they say, I think if you throw coins in the fountain, that means you'll come back at some time.
That's like
So-
that's like standing in the middle of Paris. It's a golden star. It's
Mhm.
it's a star, circle. the circle with a star on it. So if you stand on it, if you're able to like pass through it and like stand on it by the Eiffel Tower, it means like you'll come back also.
Mm-hmm.
Really? You went or?
No, my mom went and she actually wants
that's
to go back
awesome.
again. We might go. That should be fun.
That would be cool.
Mhm. Okay, so my landmarks. Mount Eden is
Right. Mount Eden in New Zealand, right?
yes, and New Zealand. Yes.
And I'm trying to find a picture for that.
It's okay. Take your time. I'll
Okay,
speak very slowly.
Let me see if I can find
Okay,
it.
I'll
Here.
speak slowly so you can
All
find
right.
it. Did you find
I am there. Go
it?
ahead.
Okay.
Mount Eden.
Yes, Mount
Slow
Eden, everyone.
motion.
There we go.
Okay, Mount Eden is another popular destination for tourists from all over. Also referred as Mount Gawi Hao.
Oh,
Yes, Mount Eden. I think that's how it's pronounced.
sounds like an Indian name.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mount Eden is an Auckland's highest volcano. The mountain slopes features a wide variety of trails suitable for both hikers and walkers. It isn't difficult to reach the summit, where you'll simply be amazed at the views of the city beneath you. So now I have Rangitoto Island.
Rangitoto Island coming up. All right, here it comes. Go ahead.
Okay, Rangitoto Island is the most useful of the volcanoes in the area, but it's also the largest. The island used to boast a number of residential settlements, but they were abandoned after the Depression, leaving only a glimpse of what life was like in the early 1900s. Today, the island features plenty of hiking and walking trails, hundreds of unique plant varieties, and incredible dens of a forest I cannot pronounce.
Try. It's fun.
Fiotu Kawa Forest.
Hey, I want to see this.
Whatever.
Okay, so something I can pronounce now. City Center.
All right,
Did you
City
see it?
Center coming
Yes.
up.
Oh.
All right, go ahead.
Fautukawa.
Fautukawa
Yeah.
Forest. Okay, City Center. New Zealand's largest city in Auckland is located on the Northern Island. Within the city, you'll find a number of entertaining attractions, including the Auckland Zoo and the Auckland Regional Botanical Gardens. Yes, and beer lovers will also enjoy a tour of the island beer brewery. One Tree Hill.
Wait a minute, we're still on City Center.
Oh,
All right, I was showing the island. It's very hard to coordinate these pictures because.
Oh.
Anyway, all right, go ahead.
One Tree Hill.
One Tree Hill.
Like
Okay.
the show.
I'm looking for it.
In that show.
I love that show. It's like I'm
What's
like
it called?
On One Tree Hill.
Okay.
I'm on like season
I'm
3.
there.
I'm almost done.
All right, go ahead.
One Tree Hill, New Zealand, ranks amongst the tallest volcanic peaks in the city of Auckland. The area is treated with a considerable amount of respect and recognized as a memorial ground by the Maori settlers. The hill used to feature the single tatora tree. In the late 1800s, the tree was replaced by a pine tree. But towards the end of the 20th century, the tree was attacked and destroyed not once but twice. The park still features a number of hiking trails and incredible summits for viewing the land below.
Thank you, Michelle.
You are welcome. So
And now,
we have to
are
go.
we finished? Or
I
what
have
do
one
we
more, but do we have time?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so next one is Rotorua. Yes, it's another incredible New Zealand
All right, now you got to hold on for Mr. P, because Mr. P is trying to find these
Oh,
pictures.
sorry.
Isn't it road?
Yeah, what is it called?
Rotorua.
Island?
Yeah,
Or
it just yeah.
Rotorua.
Rotorua. It sounds like Rotorua.
Rotorua.
Anyway,
Yeah.
let's find this island
Yes.
coming up. Here it is.
Okay.
All right, and I'm ready. Go ahead.
Okay, Rotorua is another incredible New Zealand destination. One of the most prominent features in the city is the bathhouse, which is considered one of the most incredible spas in all the South Pacific. The natural hot springs draw visitors from all over, as everyone claims to take advantage of the therapeutic properties. So that's the landmarks.
Well,
that I
boy,
have.
oh boy.
Yep.
Okay, so
Do we have time to talk about food?
Yes, we have time to
Okay,
talk
we
about
do?
foods.
We have
And I
like
think
4 minutes.
we have a lot of, I have no New Zealand cuisine, but I do have Italian cuisine. So,
Well, what do you have,
all
Mr.
right,
P?
so let me go to Mia
Mia.
and let me get the Italian cuisine up. And I like Italian cuisine. Do you?
I
Yes.
love it.
I love
I
Italian.
like Italian food.
Bruschetta.
I eat it as much as I can, you know. But here we go with some Italian cuisine. Go
Mia.
ahead, Mia.
All right.
Bruschetta.
Go ahead.
In Italy, the appetizer is called antipasti. Is that how you say it?
Antipasta.
Oh, okay. Is an antipasto. Bruschetta is an antipasto that originated in Italy from the 15th century. It consists of roasted bread rubbed with garlic and topped with extra virgin olive oil, salt, and pepper. Spicy red peppers, tomatoes, beans, veggies, cheese, meat, and other herbs may also be added depending on where you go.
You spelled meat wrong.
I know. Thanks.
Sorry.
For soup, I have soup and sauce recipes. I have pasta fagioli, which means pasta and beans. It is a traditional meatless Italian dish. The dish started as a peasant dish. Today, it is widely found even in restaurants that don't specialize in Italian cuisine.
I'm showing lasagna right now. Yum, 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 yum.
It's also pronounced pasta fazool by many Americans.
Right. There it is, pasta fazool. I'm showing it right now.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
For bread, we have focaccia bread,
That's
which is
good.
a flat oven-baked Italian bread, usually topped with herbs or other ingredients. It's pretty similar to pizza except thicker. If you go to like medieval times, they serve it. It's
Really?
I-
I've never been to
I had it
medieval
at
times.
Outback the other night.
In Outback, they have it?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm
Do
going
they
to
have
It was,
that at Olive Garden?
They've got this kind of steak with mozzarella cheese and focaccia bread. Very delicious.
I'm hungry.
Hungry. The last one, so we can go.
For pasta dishes, I have pasta alla carbonara. It's
That's
an Italian pasta dish mainly based on eggs, cheese, bacon, and black pepper. Spaghetti, fettuccine, rigatoni, or bucatini are the 4 pastas that are usually used for this meal. So yeah,
Why do they have a lot of teenies in their
I know, right?
bucatini, focaccia,
Cappuccino.
focaccia?
Well, listen,
That's pretty much it.
made us all very hungry. We all need to
Go home and
to a
eat.
nice Italian restaurant. And,
Yes.
I want to thank both of you for excellent show on New Zealand and Italy.
Yes, yes.
And unfortunately, we did not get Lizette in here with Spain,
No.
but that's the way it goes.
That's okay. Well,
Okay.
this was WHIT Radio M show, me and Michelle. I was your host, Michelle, with my co-host,
Mia.
and Mr. P. Join us soon for our next show. Bye.
You're listening to the Dr. No Show on WHITradio.org.